Union. So there are 3 financial advisors at Key Point Credit Union. I am one of the 3. I've been here for about 7 years. So yeah, I've been licensed in the industry for about 20 years, and I have worked with a whole bunch of different types of clients here over at Key Point. So anyways, I'll just get to the seminar. Like I said earlier, if you have any questions that come up, I'll just answer them as they come about. Please just put your questions, type them in the Q&A so that everybody can see it. Then I'll go ahead and try to answer it on the spot. So thank you so much. And here, let's get started here. So just a real quick disclaimer here. I don't work for the Social Security Administration. So I am not an employee of the Social Security Administration. This presentation is my understanding of securities about the Social Security Administration and how it works. So, you know, don't take it as a legal advice or a specific advice. I would always tell people if you are, you know, have specific questions that you need, you know, detailed answers to, please contact your Social Security Administration. Okay. Okay, so here is the seminar. So there are basically, here's our table of contents, so to speak. There are 6 different subjects we're going to get into: Social Security, then and now, your benefits, when to file, filing strategies, spousal and survivor benefits, special situations, taxes, and then a conclusion. So first we'll go into Social Security back in 1937 when it first happened. So Social Security was first started in 1937. It was during the Great Depression. So the way it worked back then, it was paid retirement workers only. And there were more people paying into the system than drawing out. Also, life expectancy was only 63 years old back then. So a lot has changed since then and now. Today, life expectancy is much higher. So men can expect to live about 84.4 years, women about 86.7 years. And, you know, for the longest time, Social Security was given out at around age 65. So, so for those people reaching age 65, those are the ages that you could expect to live. Those are what life expectancy is. But for people who are born today, like if you have children that are being born today or grandchildren that are being born today, you could probably expect them to live even longer than that. Okay, so now we also have survivors benefits, spousal benefits, benefits for children, and disability benefits. So before it was only workers, it's been expanded to these people as well. And there is more money going out than coming in. That's a very big deal. So a lot of people are concerned about Social Security drying up. Money has not been appropriated, you know, or it's been appropriated to other programs, and people are worried about the benefits being decreased, which is very likely, or them increasing the age for Social Security when you can get what they call full benefits. Okay, next slide is, can you depend on it? So there are about 173 million workers who are covered. About 65 million Americans receive benefits currently. There are about 46.6 million older Americans, and by 2033, the number will increase to about 77 million. That's a humongous increase. Currently, there are about 2.8 workers for each beneficiary, but by 2037, there will only be about 2.1 workers for each beneficiary. That's estimated. Under current assumptions, this program will only be able to pay benefits until about 2034. So there is definitely some changes that the Social Security Administration will be making so that they can stay solvent, essentially. Okay, so the bigger question is, where does Social Security fit into your picture? How does it fit into your retirement? Because I'm talking to the people who are on this call here. It should just be one slice of the pie. Now, I know there's a pie chart showing up there, and it doesn't have to be, you know, accurate of what the actual percentages are, but Social Security should definitely be a part of it. I know I'm talking to a lot of Intel employees right now, so your 401k is very important. You should be able to live off of that. Personal savings, any other pensions that you may have. I know most private companies aren't paying pensions right now, but if you have a spouse or if you used to work for a government before, you may have a pension. IRAs is a big thing. If you have an IRA, rollover IRA, SEP IRA, Roth IRA, it's a great way. Annuities and inheritances as well. So those are all different parts of the picture for your, I'm talking to people on this call here, for your own retirement. I would not count on Social Security. This is kind of the call here. I would not count on Social Security to be 100% of your retirement unless you are very frugal and you can live very frugally. Most people will probably need more than Social Security to cover all their finances in retirement. Okay, so how much is the benefit? So right now, full benefit, maximum benefit, a monthly benefit is $3,148. That's annually $37,776. That's the equivalent of an investment income on a $600,000 asset. So if you took an investment asset of about $600,000, like your 401k or some other investment account you have, and you got, a reasonable income off of there, that's about $38,000 a year. So I know that we are in a high cost living area. I think a lot of you here are in Silicon Valley. So if you think that you can make it off of $3,148 per month or less, then by all means, then maybe Social Security is all that you need. And there are frugal people around here that can do it. But if not, then I think you need to think about other options or to increase your monthly benefit. Okay, how much could they really be? So the amounts are significant. They do adjust for inflation. So I do get this question. The last COLA, which is cost of living increase, was about 1.3%. So it's not a lot of money, but it does increase. It will last your lifetime. So whether you live to 65 or to 105, you will get some Social Security payments for the rest of your life. And it can also last your spouse's lifetime as well. So there are spousal benefits as well. So if your spouse will usually get a lesser amount, but you don't have to worry about your spouse not receiving that benefit, when you pass away. All right, so the way it works is I got a question here. So how did I come up with $3,148 per month on $600,000 of investment? Let me just do some quick math right here since someone's asking that. So that would be, it's about a 6.2% return on your investment. So it is a 6.2%. So that's taking, so if you had an investment and it was earning about 6.2%, that's what you can get. And that's based off of I do investments all the time. So it's basically like a mixture of stocks and bonds, what they call a typical, that would be like about what they call a 40-60 split. So probably about a 40% stock, 60% bond portfolio. Common guidelines to take 4% of your money per year, 401k per year. That's so, I mean, you don't have to. You could do that, absolutely. So if you think that you want to take 4% of your 401k per year, great. But yeah, so let me go to the next question here, or let's continue with this. Okay. All right. Okay, so you have been saving for years. So the way Social Security works is that you have required 40 credits to draw, a maximum of 4 credits per year. Take the highest of the 35 earnings for your monthly average. So essentially, 1 credit is about $1,470 of earnings. You only get 4 credits per year. So I would say most people, especially here in Silicon Valley, get their 4 credits pretty easily within 1 year. So It's kind of more for people who are earlier in life, like if you were a teenager and had some sort of a seasonal job, that's kind of more where it comes into play. Not so much for, I would think, most people on this seminar right now. Okay, so, and how do you track your benefits? So that information is online. So I would say the paper statements were pretty common back in the day. I used to get paper statements from the Social Security Administration, but they stopped doing that some time ago. I don't remember exactly, maybe 5 to 10 years ago. But now for those who are over 60, you should be still getting paper statements and have not been receiving benefits yet, and have not signed up online as well. For everyone else, you know, I would go online. There's a website right here listed on my screen here. And then you can also call them as well. There's also Social Security administrations that you can go to as well. I will say you may have to wait. So you can make an appointment there, but people I know who have just walked into the Social Security Administration building and just tried to get service right away. It's kind of like going to the DMV. Is the earnings credit going to be inflation adjusted every year is the next question. The answer is yes. I know that they are changing that. I don't know if they do that every single year. There was a website I was just looking at beforehand just to figure out what the COLA adjustment was. And I know that is probably changing on a regular basis, but I do know that the 1.3% is for the benefits. The earnings credit, I believe, is as well. I didn't have an exact number for that, but you could probably find that information online as well. Okay, full retirement age. So the age when you can start receiving full benefits, between 65 and 67. You can get reduced benefits before full retirement age at age 62. So the earliest you can file for Social Security is 62, and then increased after full retirement age at 70. So you can get an actually increased benefit over the full retirement benefit at age 70. So basically, my recommendation to most people is, do you need the money? There are some people who I talk to and they say, at age 62, you know, I plan on retiring and I'm not gonna have any other income. If that's the case, then maybe you're gonna wanna take retirement early at age 62. I have other people that I know who are working until past age 70 or at 70. And if they don't really need the income, then just wait. The other kind of interesting thing to talk about is, how is your health? So the benefit is a lifetime benefit. If you have some sort of health issues, then maybe you should take it early. And, you know, if you think that, you know, your mortality is, I wouldn't say imminent, but, you know, not far out. If you have serious health issues, then maybe you want to take it early. If you're super healthy and your parents live to 90 or 100, then you're in good health, then maybe you want to wait till full retirement age. So that's another tactic for figuring it out. Okay. So the Social Security Administration has been changing the full retirement age. They've been pushing it up and up. So right now, here is the list of where the full retirement ages are. So birth year 1943 to 1954, you get full retirement at age 66. And then for people born from 1955 to 1959, it's being pushed up. So it's 66 and 2 months, all the way to 66 years and 10 months. And then for people born 1960 and later, it's at 67. So this is kind of the, you know, what Social Security Administration needs to do to keep benefits in the system. They basically just need to raise the full retirement age for people so they can start getting the benefits. And that's how they sort of save on money, so they don't have to pay out as much. I fully expect them to keep on doing this too. So, I mean, I don't have any personal insight into this, but, you know, to make it solvent, they're gonna have to probably do this again. Okay, so right now, because people want to know how much is my benefit. So if you were able to get $1,000 in full retirement age at age 66 and a half, if your benefit was about $1,000 and they just chose $1,000 there because it's a nice even number, early retirement would be about $716. Delayed retirement would be about $1,266. So the early retirement again is at age 62, and delayed retirement is at age 70. Got another question here. It says, rumor is that the benefit will only be paid at a percentage after 2032, so better to take what you can early. I mean, the answer is I don't have any, it's a rumor like you just said, so I don't have any concrete evidence to say yes or no. There's a lot of things that are rumored to be. So, I mean, if you think that you want to take it early because you're concerned about legislation, I get that. I see what you're saying there, but I can't really substantiate a rumor at this point, so very possible. Next question. If they move up the age requirements, would it still apply to folks over 60 and close to retirement? So if you looked at my last page there, they don't do it for, if you're already at, let's say 60 and close to retirement, they're not going to change it. It's kind of more for people born in earlier. So it might affect me. I'm in my 40s right now, so it may affect me, but I think if you're close to retirement, I don't think they're going to move the goalpost right before you get there. How do I claim Social Security when I move out of the US? So, I mean, you can still do that. You would have to just file. Should be fine. I would contact the Social Security Administration about doing that. I don't have any special insight about moving it out when you move out of the US. So I think that's definitely possible though. There are plenty of people that do that. Okay. 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 Should you be worried? So in 30 more years. So right now, if you were 65 years old, you could expect to live about 19 more years if you're a male and about 21 more years if you are a woman. So that's just numbers. I'm not trying to be sexist here, but that's, you know, women tend to live longer than men. So that also means that 50% of people will, if you're a male, for example, will live beyond, what is that, 84 years old. So that's not uncommon. And one of the things I like to tell people is that, you know, you need to make sure that you're ready for retirement, that, you know, you need to budget out whether or not you can live off of just Social Security or if you will need other sources of income, because going back to work at age 85 is not an option for most people. So the time to figure out whether or not you can retire and reasonably retire, even with the COLA adjustments of about 1.3% per year, can you reasonably retire on the income from Social Security? If not, what other assets do you have? I do a lot of financial planning for people. We have software over here to figure out if people will run out of money in retirement. And we'll take a look at all their different income, whether it be Social Security benefits or other pensions or annuities or 401ks that they have, and just trying to do that. I do plans like that all the time. Okay, got a couple questions here. Public school teachers don't receive Social Security, so they do have a like this CalPERS. So they get that special CalPERS that I think a lot of other public employees get as well. And next question, would Social Security pay the difference if school pension is low? So you do pay into Social Security. Now, I don't know if you're talking about someone who's been just a teacher their whole entire life. If they had other jobs, they would get some Social Security if they had another job before. So as for your specific question about do they pay differences, pension is too low, I'm not aware of that. So, okay, just a teacher. So great. The answer is I'm not 100% sure about that. You might want to contact Social Security Administration. You could probably look it up online as well. Florence says, is there a max or a cap or a max to the amount of monthly Social Security for high income earners? Yeah, there is actually. So I had it on a screen here. Let's see. I had information. Let me see if I can look it up. So Social Security Administration, real quick, has a lot of information on their website. So I like showing people the Social Security website because they have a lot of information. I'll just real quick, I'm gonna show you guys what I was looking up before. So I mean, Social Security Administration website has a lot of information. Here is the Social Security Administration. This is their website right here, and they got information here about retirement age here. I have another tab here that's opened about benefits for spouses. So if you want to know what your spousal benefit is, there's a calculator in here. You can go look up your information for that. And if when I was, you're asking me a question about maximum benefits, and there is that information right here. I was looking at that earlier. So so this is information on the website itself. It's earning limit for workers who are, okay, so depends on your retirement age. So earnings limit there's no limit on earnings for workers at full retirement age or older for the entire year. So for your question about maximum Social Security benefit for high income, they will deduct if you're younger than full retirement age. And that information's right here. I know that's kind of a one-off question here, but there's a maximum here. There's dollar amounts right here. So there's one here for $18,964 if you're less than full retirement age. And then there's an earnings limit for people reaching their full retirement age in 2021. It got increased to $50,250. But that's for people, yeah, the information's right here that I'm showing you right here. So let me just do this. I am going to put this information in the system here, and I'm going to send you that link. So there you go. Take a look at that. Okay, so yeah, let me go back to the presentation here. So hopefully that helped out. Back to the slideshow. Okay. All right. So sorry, I didn't know quite about the answer about the teacher. You might be able to find that information online. I just sent a link in the Q&A. So hopefully you can view it on the answered portion of the Q&A. Okay. All right. Let's see here. One moment here. I gotta answer these real quick. You don't see the link. Okay, let's see here. So Florence had written about the link it's in the Q&A. I answered it on the Social Security Administration, the COLA. So it should be in the Q&A there. There is a recording that my assistant Mona is doing. Somebody asked if this is being recorded, and there is. I will say you can also ask me later if you want to talk to me later after the session as well. Kind of want to get back to the presentation though. All right, so, okay, what other 30 more years, what other things can you worry about? So most people, when they worry about, they may be in good health when they retire in their 60s, but health issues are always an issue, financial issues, and these other things as well. Already being retired, single income households, lower wage earners, and school-age children at home. I think there's not a lot of school-age children at home if you're already in retirement, but these are the other things that you just need to be concerned about going into retirement. Got another question here. Yes, thank you for that person asking about the link in the answer to Florence. Okay. Okay, spousal benefits. So if you are working and your spouse is not working, the spouse can get benefits and vice versa. So if you are a spouse and you're not technically working, and I say that not working because my wife is a stay-at-home mother, and there's no way I'm going to tell her that she doesn't work. She works a lot, but she doesn't have an official job where she gets paid a W-2 or anything like that. So I'm generally the one that gets the W-2. So she will get benefits. So it's called a spousal benefit. There's also widow and widower benefits and divorcee benefits. So spousal benefit is 50% of your living spouse's benefit. That's basically what it is. If you want to file for a spousal benefit, your spouse must also file. So, and filing for spousal benefits will reduce your benefit. The percentage of reduction depends on how early the benefit is taken. So for exact numbers, there's a calculator online. I did show that earlier, but if anyone's interested, the Social Security Administration does have a calculator on that information. Spousal benefits also has age limits, yes. So I will expand on divorcee benefits. It's on a later slide here. Let me type in that answer. So I just put in a link for the spousal benefit calculator. So if you wanted to see the link, it's in the question that I just answered for you. Expand on divorce benefits. Yes. Hold on a second here. Let me go back to my screen. Hopefully I am not. Okay, we're still on a slideshow. Great. Okay. Okay, so widow and widower benefits. I believe there's also a calculator online for the Social Security Administration on this as well, but in a general sense, widow and widower benefits receive full benefit at their full retirement age, and they can begin collecting their deceased spouse's benefits at age 60. If taken at 60, the benefit is reduced by 30%. The widow and widower benefit can collect survivor benefit while letting their own benefit defer. So I know that's kind of a complicated subject here, but the answer is yes, there is some information for that. Okay, next slide here. Okay, so benefits for divorcees. Marriage must have lasted for at least 10 years. Divorce has lasted for at least 2 years. Former spouse is entitled to benefits. The claiming ex-spouse is unmarried. The claiming ex-spouse is at least 62. And the claiming ex-spouse cannot qualify for a higher benefit on their own earnings record. So hopefully that information is self-explanatory. I know there's more information on the Social Security Administration website. I did have people ask me before, can you collect it on more than one spouse if you are divorced more than once? And the answer is yes. But it does have to fit the same criteria. I have actually heard of a case where a lady had been divorced 3 times, but in all 3 times her marriage had lasted 10 years and she had fit all this other criteria. So she was actually collecting Social Security benefits on 3 ex-husbands. So that can happen. Okay. Teacher, state, fire, and police, your benefits may be affected by the following: windfall elimination and government pension offset. So there's that question that you were asking earlier about the school teacher's pension. So yeah, your benefits can be affected by your government pension that you're having. Question here. I understand that I can apply for Social Security even if I retire outside the US, like the UK, and that this is paid until death as normal. If I do take US Social, I cannot take the UK old age pension as well, correct? I don't know. I'm not an expert at how the UK pension works. I do not know the answer to that. I guess the answer would be that you'd have to talk to the administration over in the UK for that. This presentation really is on Social Security, so I don't really know the answer to that question. Okay, windfall elimination, what is it? So for those who have earned a Social Security benefit and a government pension, $497 is the maximum reduction for 2021. If you have 30 years of work under Social Security, no reduction is taken. So depends on, I guess, on how long you've worked in a private sector or for paying Social Security taxes, as opposed to, you know, like if you became a teacher later in life or early in life and then worked in a private sector for most of your life, that's probably where this one section is maybe applicable to you. Question is, I am an undergrad intern and I want to start contributing to my Social Security fund. How much can I contribute and how do I start? So it's automatically taken from your paycheck. So when you look at your paycheck, you will see that some money is allocated out of your Social Security. So it's not like a contribution to your IRA or your 401k where you can choose how much you want to contribute to your Social Security Administration. It's just automatically taken out. So as soon as you start working and you are working for, you know, you're paying taxes, you're paying Social Security taxes right away. So I'd talk to you, I'd take a bet. My suggestion to you is to take a closer look at your paycheck and, you know, figure out where all those different deductions are made for taxes. So it's not like a 401k plan where you put a certain dollar amount out of your paycheck every single month. Question is, what is the difference between a Roth IRA and the other alternative? So a Roth IRA is post-tax money, and the other alternative, I think is what you're talking about, is a traditional IRA. So this is not a topic of Roth IRA versus traditional IRA, but to answer your question, a Roth IRA is post-tax money. That's money that's already in your checking account, and IRA is, you get a deduction off your taxes for putting money into a traditional IRA. Okay, question is, windfall elimination is for government pension, not private pension. Government pension, yes, correct, that is correct. So if you have a private pension, so if you were, either you own an annuity, like if you inherited one or you purchased one on your own, or if you had, if you were lucky to work for HP back in the 70s and 80s or something like that, and got a private pension through them, then yeah, that's not a government pension. So it's very rare, most in Silicon Valley nowadays, and for most private companies nowadays, for them to have a pension. That was something that, you know, kind of went away a long time ago. Okay, next slide. Government pension offset. Oh, so we're still on this. So if you take a spousal benefit and you have earned a government pension, your spousal benefit may be offset by 2/3 of your pension amount. Okay, so we're talking about government pension again, not private pension. Working while receiving benefits. So if you are working and you're before the full retirement age, which right now is at around 66, 66 and a half, depending on, you know, when you were born. If you are planning to receive benefits while you're still working and before your retirement age, consider the effect. Now, I actually did send that link earlier. It's in my Q&A there, but it talks about the offset you would have to pay. So if you are before, like if you're 62 or before the full retirement age and you're still working and you file for benefits, you will not even receive even the full reduced benefit amount, depending on your income. So, I mean, if you're just working a little bit, like there's dollar amounts, I believe it was like $18,000 for the reduced benefit, and I believe it was about $50,000 for the full benefit. You will receive a reduced amount. So there's more information on that. It's in the link that I sent earlier. Okay. So working while receiving benefits before full retirement age. Oh, here it is. Information. Benefit reduced $1 for every $2 above the earned above the earnings limit. That's a tongue twister there. So the 2021 earnings limit, $18,960. That's before full retirement age. Wages are taxed throughout your earnings years. Payments from Social Security system are taxable throughout benefit years. Okay, so just as a disclaimer, these next few slides are just educational. So we'll go through that. So provisional income. So all income, so the question is how much is taxable? So how much of your Social Security benefit is taxable? So provisional income. So all income from wages, pensions, investments, any non-reportable income like interest on tax-exempt bonds, any exclusions to income, and half of your Social Security benefits. I believe there is a calculator on the Social Security Administration on this as well. Right, how much is taxable? So again, $32,000 or less for joint filers, $25,000 for single filers, taxable amount 0%. And then 32 to 44,000 for that bracket, up to 50%, and then greater for $44,000, which is probably most people, especially here in Silicon Valley, up to 85%. The question, are you talking federal tax? Yes. All right, next question, where to file for benefits? So one, you can do it in person at your local Social Security Administration. Again, like I said, if you've ever been to the Social Security Administration before, it can be a bit of a zoo. It's like going to the DMV. You could do it online. So I do recommend going online for resources, but I will also say it's probably good to get a consultation from someone at the Social Security Administration before you actually file. It's kind of like once you file, there's no take backs. So once you file, you're in the system, you filed, you're in, you did it. If you want advice on just to make sure, because you only do it once in your life, should I do it? I definitely recommend talking to somebody at the Social Security Administration who can give you guidance. And then also by phone, or you can schedule an appointment, which I do recommend scheduling an appointment. Question, is that 85% of all dollars above the 44K limit? Yes, I believe so. Okay, question, retirement, big picture. So again, if you think that you can live off of just Social Security income, then by all means do that. And don't get me wrong, there are people that can do that. And or for some other people, that may be their only choice. But I just want to give you some idea of what you could expect to receive. But also your total retirement plan on income should also involve your investments, annuities, life insurance, or other sources of income. Why do you have life insurance there? Good question. Sometimes people have benefits from life insurance. So like some people think that life insurance is a source of income. Like if they have, their parent may have had a life insurance policy, or their spouse may have had a life insurance policy. That's just one choice. I mean, you don't have to have it, but that's, one thing there for income. Okay, this is another disclaimer, just saying that I don't work for Social Security Administration. And that's basically it, guys. So I think we are at 43 minutes here. So that's the end of my presentation today. Thank you all for joining on today. Here is my personal information as an employee of Key Point Credit Union. My email is right there, and my phone number is right there as well. So if anyone wants to contact me afterwards and kind of get some consultation regarding, their sort of retirement plan and income, feel free to contact me. I'd be happy to help. And if anyone has any more questions, feel free to type them in the Q&A. Hopefully you found this helpful, and I'll stay on for a few more minutes and just to answer any more questions. I do have a question here. If I retire at age 70 and am receiving full benefits, then I choose to take a job on top of that. What is the tax scenario? So I believe that what they're saying is that if you are full retirement age and you your Social Security benefit is not going to be affected. Someone said, thank you, very helpful. Great, appreciate that. So to the first question though, if you would take a job after you've already received benefits and you're already past full retirement age, should be no change to your Social Security benefit. You're welcome. Thank you everybody for the kind words. I'll just stay on about one more minute in case anybody has any more questions. Oh, got another question, a couple questions. Where will the recording be available? I don't know. I know my assistant is recording this. I'm not sure. So I think what will happen is Alena, who was on earlier for my key point, maybe she'll contact. Yeah.
Hi, I think that Mona was talking about making it available on our website at kpcu.com.
Okay.
But first, I think it just has to be approved.
Okay.
To be posted. So there's going to be a little delay. So if you have a pressing question, I would recommend that you reach out to Michael directly. He's happy to help you. So, and thank you, Michael, for your time and sharing your knowledge with everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. No problem.
Oh, you got another question or comment? Let's see.
A link to the recording. Yes, okay, so KeyPoint has a website, kpcu.com, and there is a section on there for what do you call it? For wealth management, my division. And on there should be links to all of our stuff.
Yeah, what I can do also is once it's approved and it is posted on our website, I can provide that to my contact at Intel so that if there's any way she could post it on the financial resource page, she'll do so. But if not, if you don't see it and it, it's been like a week or two, maybe just, I don't know. It should be on there.
Yeah, so this is the KeyPoint website. I'm just showing.
Yes, financial services. Yeah.
So this is the financial services website, and I believe it's going to be posted to our website here, probably under resources over here on the right-hand side. Mm-hmm. A number of seminars in the past, and they've been posted in the past, but there's just some kind of general information about us. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, it just needs to be audited and approved. Make sure that it's ready for posting, and once that's been done, Mona will handle that section and make sure that it gets posted. So yeah. Hopefully it's not too much of a delay. I would assume within a week or so it should be available.
Perfect. Yeah, and this is just information. There's information about myself, and then my couple other partners here, Eaton, Jimmy, and then our lovely assistant Mona. So there we go. All of us right here. Happy family. Okay, great. I think that's it for all the questions here. So thanks everybody for attending. I appreciate it today.
Thanks everybody. Have a great day. Thanks, Michael.
Have a good day.
Bye.